So how do you find those elusive below market value property deals, the ones that are really going to make all that profit that will justify your hard work, time, energy, effort in refurbishing the damn things? Well, the process is quite simple. There's different ways of doing this, loads of different ways you can find below market value property deals. So I'm not going to suggest that there's only one way to do it. But in my experience, personally, I've found the best deals have come through estate agents, but they've been off market. So they've come to me to have a look at that deal, getting a deal tied up before the property goes onto the open market. They can often be some of the best deals to be had. So in that scenario, if you've got a great relationship with an estate agent, they can give you an opportunity to kind of have first refusal, so you can get in there with your offer where it works for you, or they might tell you where realistically you need to be before that property comes on the open market for you to make a decision as to whether it's worth moving forward. Those deals can be great off-market deals. Now, there's other ways to find off-market deals. Of course, there's social media marketing. You can go direct to vendor. You can cold call landlords, Gumtree, eBay, where properties might be for rent or for sale. And those strategies can work. But believe me, I've tried it all. And the best strategy I found personally for me is just estate agents and building those relationships over the long term to get those deals ideally before they come on the market so everybody else has a look at them. So if you can see them first, that can often put you in a great position. So if you position yourself as a serious buyer, someone who can move quickly, if you say you're going to do something, you do it, then ultimately over time, relationships will trust you, or estate agents will trust you. You'll build those long-term relationships. And then of course, you can just capitalize on that to find the best deals. But as good as that can be, as good as those off-market value deals can be, I'm not just sat there waiting for the phone to ring from my preferred estate agents to bring me a deal. I'm constantly out there hustling, finding new opportunities, finding new relationships with new estate agents to find that next deal. So don't get complacent and just wait for your mates to call you. You need to be out there constantly in finding that next deal. So just because off-market deals can be great, and in many cases they've been some of the best deals I've found, as an example, I mean, I've been in property for 16 years now, but as an example, one of the recent purchases I've made, a flip project that I've just finished. That project was purchased just on the open market. It was on Rightmove for everybody else to see, but it had just come on the market and I got it tied up significantly below asking price because it was a case of timing. Right place, right time. I got in there quickly. Just because the property had only just come on the market, don't think the seller isn't willing to do a deal, because often in some cases sellers might become more open to a deal once the property's been on the market a while, it didn't get the price that they were hoping for. They can accept, or more likely to accept, a reduction then, because time can make them more motivated. If they're not getting the price that they wanted, they're more able or more likely to reduce the price. But don't think that has to happen, because in some scenarios you can just be there, right place, right time. You never know what's going on in the mind of the seller. The property might be on the open market, it might have just come on the market, but if they're looking for that quick sale, they might be likely in that case to do a deal, and to do a deal at a price that works for you. So if you don't offer, then you won't know. So don't get into the habit of waiting to see if the property is on the market long enough before you put an offer forward. Get straight in there, because you never know what's going on in the mind of the seller. They might be going through financial difficulties, they might be going through a divorce, they might be going through immigration or change of job, and they need to sell quickly in order to then be able to move on with their lives. So for them, the price might not actually be the most important thing. Speed and certainty of sale could be more important in that scenario. But if you don't offer, you never know. So absolutely take the time to build relationships with estate agents. Get those off-market deals, because they can often be the best. When an agent calls you and gives you first refusal to look at a property before it even comes on the market, then that's an ideal scenario to get a great deal. But don't just rely on that. Make sure that you're out there constantly hustling, building new relationships, looking at new deals, because you never know what's going on in the mind of the seller. That property might be on the open market, it might be for everyone to see, but if you're in there quick enough, whether that's a property that's on Rightmove or whether it's a property at auction, you never know the situation of the seller, so you could get straight in there and snap up a great deal. So hopefully that's just a few ideas that are helpful for you in finding that next project that's going to work for you, that you'll be able to get the right price, do that next project, that buy to sell project, and make decent profit that will justify all that hard work and effort. So hopefully that's useful, and you'll see me again in the next video.